There's a pretty good chance that if you've been dropshipping for a few months now, your product research method is just like everybody else. You either mindlessly scroll on TikTok with a burner account, or just like every other dropshipper, you use some type of spyware tool. And the problem is that once you find one of those products on those spyware tools, you'll test it for a few days. You might see some success, but it won't be long after before that product starts to die out and you have to start the vicious cycle all over again. This is extremely frustrating and exhausting, and you're losing a ton of money. But what if I told you I found a completely free way to find winning dropshipping products that have high potential of booming? It's proven, and it's a simple formula that you can use to scale multiple brands at once. This is the exact product research strategy that I use to make $30,000 a week. If I hit the refresh button here, you can see nice clean $30,000 in a week. And you'll see a lot of dropshippers talk about revenue numbers, but I also want to share the true profit. In just one of those days, I did $1,300 on true profit. This is after cost of goods and ad costs, of course, sitting around 24% profit margins. So you could build a super profitable dropshipping business with a really easy product research method that is completely free. Before we get into that, I think it's also very appropriate to mention that I have an online community called the Social Brands Club where I'll be doing weekly coaching calls. You have my A to Z course on how to start and scale a dropshipping store, even as a complete beginner, expert, intermediate. And in this section here, product research, I break down all the different ways you can find amazing products, including one of the ones I'm going to share with you today. Depending on when you're watching this video, this is a brand new community, so I'm doing something special. For the first 50 people that join, I'll be personally coaching you one-on-one and helping you find your next or your first winning dropshipping product. And also, if you refer a friend, you get 50% off as well. All right, so I'm literally in this video going to break down exactly how to find the winning product and also find a winning product in real time. And depending on when you're watching this video, you can probably just find the product that I'm going to end up using or finding in this video and test it for yourself to prove this theory. And just so you understand, the reason why most dropshippers fail with spyware tools or organic, looking through like their burner method is because products have a life cycle of something like this, right? And then after a while, that product will start to, if it's a really good product, will flatline for a little bit, but most products will start to decline. There's still a lot of money to be made at this level, but the problem that most dropshippers make is that they tend to find products right here, right at the pinnacle of when these products are going viral. Multiple dropshippers are also, using this product, and the spyware tools can work. I actually use spyware tools pretty often to kind of gauge what is doing well in the market. But there's a particular way to find products right on the ascend, right before they boom, and this is where the most of the money is made. Now, they also tell you that you want to be the first to a dropshipping product, right around here. That's not innately bad. The problem is that there's a lot of risk here. Now, if you're somebody that has a lot of disposable income and you don't mind being the first to bring a product to the market and take on all that risk, then have at it. You can make a ton of money. You'll probably make the most money if you're the first to a product. But I found that finding products right here, right as they're on the ascend, is where all the money can be made without pretty much very little risk, right? If you try this method that I'm going to break down in just a moment here, you could probably test one or two products, and one of those two products will definitely be a winner. Very rarely do I see someone do this properly and need to test 3, 4, 5 products, right? It's very easy to find one on the first go around or even the second go around. Okay, so that is how we're going to do it. And the methodology is called the loophole method, or some people call it the rabbit hole method. I actually paid thousands of dollars to learn this from some 8-figure dropshippers, and you're going to learn it here for free. So I personally provide this worksheet for my students inside the community, but if you don't have something like this, or if you're not inside the community, I highly recommend creating some type of Google spreadsheet that you can do to follow along with what I'm going to break down here. So the only tool that you need is actually the Facebook ad library. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using specific keywords, one of two types of keywords, either problem keywords that have a specific issue, or we use other kind of like niche specific keywords, which I'll break down in just a moment. And we're going to be throwing that into the ad library, and we're just going to be scrolling through and looking for dropshippers that have recently launched a product or launch their ads within a certain window. So I'm actually going to break down the exact criteria that I use. So this is all you really need for this method to work. So we're going to go to Facebook ad library. We're going to type in some specific keywords, and we're going to be looking for advertisers that have followed the following criteria. The closer you can find this to perfection, the better off you're going to be and the less risk you're going to take. So the advertiser is selling a problem-solving product. Now, it's around Q4 time that I'm making this video. So this doesn't always have to be true. If someone's selling like some type of, clothing or some type of like aesthetic product, it still works, but I highly recommend if you want an evergreen problem solving product that you can scale to the moon, um, or a brand or product that you can scale to the moon, make sure it's something that solves an actual problem, an everyday problem. The advertisers should have launched their ads within a 7 to 25-day window. The advertisers should not have more than 75 or 75%, actually, I should say. 70 to 75% of the ads turned off, and the advertisers should be adding new ads every couple of days and pretty often. So let me explain each of these so you understand why this is the criteria. Obviously, this goes without saying. If we're trying to make, 3, 5, 7, 10K a day, we need problem solving products. People buy on problem solving issues, and that's how you're going to get more impulse buyers. Okay. Um, the advertisers should have launched their ads within a 7 to 25-day window. So back to the example here, when we know that for most people that have seasoned products, they've been running ads for quite some time, right? 30, 60, 90 days, maybe even more than that, right? So we don't want to find an advertiser that has a ton of ads for one. That's actually another criteria. We don't want them having a ton of ads for one, right? More than 100, 150 ads. And it kind of depends. If they're launching a ton of picture ads, it's fine. But if they're launching way too, tons of video ads, there's a good chance that they probably already have the market unlocked. And also, we don't want to compete with someone that has been running ads for so long, because the way Facebook ads work, right? It's a bidding system, it's an auction. So Facebook is going to reward the person that's been there the longest with the most ads, spending the most money more times than not. So we want to compete with the people that haven't locked in the bid optimization yet, right? They're getting profitable sales, they're scaling in real time, but they haven't completely taken over the market yet. Okay, so that's very important. We also should throw in there, we don't the advertiser should not have more than, I would say, 150 ads. Now it depends, right, on the ad type. Like if it's a ton of picture ads, you can launch a ton of picture ads, and if they have like 200 ads, or 150 ads or more within a 30-day window, and they're like really easy ads to make, then we can make an exception there. Okay. The advertisers should not have more than 75% of their ads turned off. You're going to see in a moment here that there's a filter that shows active ads and not active ads. More times than not, when you look through Facebook, it's going to always be on active ads by default. We want to look at the ad library of the advertiser and ensure that they don't have a ton of ads turned off, because that tells us that they're still trying to figure out if this is a winning product or not. They're still trying to find the winning angle, the winning creative style. We want to find someone that launched a bunch of ads, testing it and scaling it in real time, and they've already found the winning angle. The advertiser the advertiser should be adding new ads every couple of days. That is a sign of someone scaling, right? A lot of spy tools, they can tell you certain things like, estimate revenue and traffic. Nowadays, though, it's like pretty hard, right? A lot of privacy rules have been added to make it really hard to track someone's revenue. You can get certain tools and extensions like SimilarWeb, for example, to try to figure out someone's traffic, but that doesn't really help us. The only way we know for sure someone's scaling is that if they're adding a ton of new creatives. Obviously, you wouldn't be feeding a machine that is making you lose money, right? You wouldn't be spending more time and energy trying to add a ton of new creatives, add a ton of new ads when your product isn't scaling, right? Like that just kind of makes sense, and that kind of coincides with this, right? Obviously, that 7 to 25-day window, someone can test ads, and if they've launched the ads 6 days ago, by tomorrow they could technically just turn them off because they weren't profitable. Okay, most dropshippers know to let products run for at least 7 days to determine if it's profitable or not, and obviously the greater the time, the more likelihood of them confirming that they are profitable. And obviously, like I mentioned, 150 ads should be around the window. A little bit less than that's even better. I like the sweet spot of like 30 to 40 ads personally. All right, so now that that's the criteria, we can just start looking. Now, I mentioned I give my students this product sheet. We use keywords to kind of like organize ourselves with the keywords and figure out which keywords are doing the best for us. So you can make something similar for yourself, or if once you join the program in the community, you can obviously get this sheet as well. All right, so let's go into it. So there's a ton of different keywords. There's a ton of different things you can do. You can use ChatGPT for this as well. I personally like to keep it simple and start with a niche that I'm familiar with, right? For me, a lot of success has come with pets. I'm going to also show you another keyword that you can use as well. Now, there's two types, like there's problem specific, and then there's these like broad keywords like shop now that you can use. A lot of dropshippers use shop now, but I'm trying to find the obscure dropshippers with certain keywords that aren't too common, right? Like we're not trying to find shop now people because those are going to be a lot of beginners. We're trying to find the experienced vets that aren't necessarily using certain high level keywords, right? So I'm going to show you two types of keywords. The first one is going to be just kind of a basic kind of like sales keyword, like sale ends tonight. Okay. And we're also, by the way, another thing to add to the criteria, we are looking for drop shippers selling white label products on Shopify. I figured this would be important to note as well. We're looking for drop shippers, right? So a lot of times they're going to have the shrine theme, for example. So as you can see here, we have a ton of results here. We're not going to really touch too much filters. We're going to obviously see active ads. So you can see here that this ad is active and we can see the date of when it started. So when we find a creative that looks interesting and looks like a dropshipper, what we'll do is we'll go in their ad library and kind of check and figure out the rest of the criteria. When you go through ad library, you're going to see a lot of spam ads from like third-party countries and stuff like that. These people are running to the US, but they're like from a different country. So if I go to shop now here, you can see their website looks not bad or anything like that, but this is not the type of, obviously not the type of brand we're looking for. We're looking for certain products. So let's see here. We already got what seems like a UGC creator that automatically tells me that they are ripping creatives, but this is not a Shopify. So you'll see a lot of these like websites that look like this. This is not a Shopify store. You can use a tool called Koala Inspector and sign up, and you can see if this is a Shopify store. And obviously this is not one. So we're just going to ignore this. This might be like the supplier or something like that. But we're just going to scroll through. I kind of know what I'm looking for. You can use pictures and videos to help determine. And here we go already. So we already found a dropshipper. Now, something else I like to look at is their page, right? Their page likes and stuff like that. They have a low amount of page likes. So that also tells me that they're not an experienced brand. So when I'm really in a rush and I'm trying to quickly look through, like for example, this brand has a ton of likes, so that I know that this is an experienced brand. So I'm not even going to bother wasting my time. I also see that this is not a dropshipping product. So now what we'll do is we'll open up another tab for the Facebook ad library. And I recommend having two tabs because if you click on view ads, it's going to take you out of this window and bring you straight to the ad library. And we don't want to do that. So what we'll do is we'll copy the brand's name, go here, toss it in here. And now, first things first, they only have 8 ads. And then what I'm going to do is remove this filter, and I might be covering their ads here. So they have 8 total ads. That's not a lot of ads. That also tells me that this brand just launched. Today is the 30th, so they just launched today on the 30th. And then if I remove active ads here, they have 8 out of 8. So they just launched this brand. This is an interesting product. So something else on this sheet that I give my students as well is this stores to revisit tab, where basically if you see a product that looks interesting and you want to keep track of the brand, you can add it here. But this obviously does not fit the criteria, and a lot of these ads that are going to show up at the top won't, just because it's today's date, right? So we're going to be seeing a lot of brands that are launching their ads today, and that's fine. So you're just going to scroll a little bit, but that's obviously off to a good start, a solid start. We're finding drop shippers with this keyword. So let's see here. Okay, so this person's running an advertorial, which is interesting. I like advertorials. Is this a drop shipper? I would assume so. Yes, they're using impact theme. Very interesting. Let's take a quick look at their ad library, right? So I don't discriminate. I like advertorials, right? I like advertorials personally. So let's see. They have 120 ads, but let's see. If I remove this filter, do they still have 120 ads? They have 140, so that fits the criteria, right? Remember, the criteria is that they should not have more than 75% of their ads turned off. So they have a good portion of their ads running. Now let's see how long they've been running ads for, right? Again, as a reminder, this is the 30th. So they've been running a lot of picture ads, so it's totally fine that they have a lot of picture ads. And they launched the campaign right around the 5th. So right around 25 days, which I have this criteria here for that window of time. Guys, if you find a brand that fits everything here and they've been running ads for 27 days, that doesn't mean, oh no, I can't test this product. It falls 2 days out of the window Alex provided. That's fine. You can use your critical thinking skills and say, all right, everything else fits really well, so maybe I'll test the product. Personally, looking at this brand, They're using a lot of picture ads. They're adding new ads. So it's the 25th here that they added this ad, right? And then they add another ad here on the 26th. Another ad on the 28th, 29th here. So, and it's a lot of picture ads. I like this because if I were to come in and replicate this brand here, it won't take much for me to copy what they're doing, right? The name of the game is finding a brand and an advertiser, sorry, that is creating ads that we can easily replicate as well. And with picture ads, it's super easy to replicate this. So honestly, guys, this could be a brand. This could be a brand we replicate, right? This could be a brand. I would save this on the sheet and I would revisit this brand. Now, this is an advertorial. I break down how I personally launch and test advertorials on my YouTube channel. You can scroll back and watch a couple videos to see that. But this is not a bad brand. For the sake of this video, though, we're gonna try to find a advertiser running ads directly to a product page. So yeah, we can honestly that didn't take long, right? How long have we been recording for? About 16 minutes. All right, let's look at some other brands. So we got this brand here. Okay, so this is another dropshipper. They're using Shrine theme. And it seems like this bra. So I've seen this bra go viral on TikTok. Let's see if they are scaling it. Right? Good chance that they're probably not because they're ripping the creatives from TikTok. Yeah, so nah, I would not waste my time with this brand here. 5 out of 10. All right, let's keep the ball rolling here. Is this that same brand? Oh no, this is a different brand. Are they also doing the bra as well? Is that what they're doing? Oh no, this is something about sleep. Okay, cool. Let's just grab the brand name here. Cool. 56 total ads. Okay. If we remove the filter, they have 280 ads. So I'm blocking the screen here, but you can see here they had originally, if I go back here, set the filter to active, they have a total of 56 ads active. But if I remove the filter, it's 200 plus ads, right? 280, almost 300 ads. Now, that's not always a bad thing, right? So I have the rule that says they should not have more than 75% of the ads turned off. But sometimes dropshippers just use the same page when they're testing different products. So let's just see if their inactive ads are for the same product. So their active ad here is to go straight to these, all right, blue light glasses. And then their inactive ad probably goes to the same. Yeah, okay. So most of their inactive ads are for the exact same product. So we keep it rolling. But had that advertiser had inactive ads for a different product, then we take a closer look and see if it makes sense. What product is this? This is a dropshipper selling a cozy gray sweatshirt. Now, like I mentioned, one of the rules I like to follow is a problem-solving product. But, you know, if the criteria, if everything else fits the criteria, and by the way, sometimes when you're scrolling through Facebook, they'll start glitching out and they won't like work the same. So sometimes you might need a refresh. But I like selling problem solving products because they have more evergreen long term scalability. But that does not mean that you have to always do that, especially if the brand fits every other criteria. But this brand doesn't fit the criteria. So we're going to keep the ball rolling here. So obviously, a lot of these ads are showing from today, and now we're just getting to yesterday. So as we start to scroll down a little bit more, we'll start to find brands a little easier that fit our criteria. So, okay, Facebook is not loading here. I'm gonna close out some tabs here. I'm really infatuated by this brand. I'm gonna keep an eye on this brand here. Definitely something that we could potentially do. I think I know this brand just from doing this already. I think this brand's pretty established as is. A ton of followers on their page too, 130 likes. Okay, so 140 total ads. Let's remove the filter. And they have 140 out of 140. Okay, that's a good sign. When did they launch their first set of ads? Oof, they launched their ads over a month ago. Well over a month ago. So this brand is an established brand. They launched back in April. So this is one of those things, right, where again, they probably fit all the other criteria, right? They have a good amount of ads. They haven't turned any ads off. They're adding new ads pretty frequently. You see here the 24th, the 25th. We got 24th, 25th again, 29th, right? So they're adding ads pretty consistently. So this seems like an established brand for a pretty solid product. So you could take the risk, right, and try to replicate your brand in this style because everything else fits, right? So they solve a problem. This is the only thing that they don't align with, which is that window of time. But they don't have 75% of their ads turned off. They're adding ads pretty often. They don't have more than 150. I think they have like what 148 exactly or 140. And they're a drop shipper. They got like they probably got some UGC creators as well, and a little bit of AI to create these like realistic videos as well with them holding the branded product. But if you're someone that's like, this is a good product, I want to test it, you can, right? Because everything else isn't quite perfect, or everything else is perfect besides one thing. So that innately isn't a bad product, right? So let's just close out some of these tabs here. Cool. So let's just keep it rolling. I'm trying to find a unicorn product that fits literally everything. I'm going to give you another keyword like example that you can use, and also show you how to use ChatGPT to find a ton of keywords to do this with in just a second. But okay, we have a graphic hoodie, so we're going to just skip that. I don't want to do that. Another keywords you can type in, by the way, right? You can type in buy one get one free, right? You can type in these keywords. You can also look at the caption of some of these dropshipping ads and use the keywords from there. We're going to get into pets in a second. Pets is a really good niche to look into as well. But let me look at this here. What is this? Okay. So this is for a hair growth serum. I think I've seen this brand before. Let's see. See, like Facebook's like lagging out now. Like for some reason, when you do this long enough, it starts to act up a little bit. Okay, so let's type this brand name in. I think this is the brand. So they have 11 total ads. They launched their ads 9 days ago. I'm assuming they don't have any inactive ads. Let's see this. They have 11 out of 67. So there's where the ball's dropped. That's where the ball's dropped, guys. And their ads that they have inactive is for the same product. So we almost found another one there. That would have been cool. This one's for red light therapy, though. So some of their ads, or no, actually, their ads are for the same exact thing. So this is interesting. So this is like the red lens blue light glasses, but if you click shop now, it goes to this product. Interesting. Yeah, so a lot of their inactive ads is for the same product that they're looking to drop ship. So unfortunately, we cannot test that. I mean, if you, again, it comes down to your risk tolerance. If you found this product, you're like, oh, this is really cool, and you wanted to test it, you can. But for me personally, I want to pretty much guarantee that I'll find a winner by doing the method that I'm teaching you guys. So we can look a little bit more. Let's see this brand here. This is a advertorial. Again, I'm never against advertorials. I really like them. So this is a shower head. Wow, this is like a 2-step advertorial. This is really, really detailed. Yeah, this is like really, really detailed. I'm just gonna pass on that just because I know most beginners have no idea how to create an advertorial. So not gonna waste your time with that. Okay. And you're just gonna keep scrolling, right? Like for me personally, I put some music on and I just grind this out. So we have the Korean skincare patches. Or what is this actually? Oh, toner pads. Okay. So let's scroll back to this. And let's see here. That's interesting. I'm curious to see this brand probably is not scaling this product because I've seen this product a million times. So I'm assuming they're not scaling, but you never know until you look. So they have 75 total ads. Let's remove the filter. They have 75 out of 75. So they have not turned off any of their ads. They've been running ads for the same product, and it falls within our criteria. So they've been launching ads for 10 days. So look, they launched these ads 10 days ago. They added a new ad on the 22nd. They added some new ads again on the 22nd. They added another ad here on the 23rd. Another ad on the 22nd. Okay, another ad on the 23rd. So they're adding multiple ads for the same product. They have a total of 75 total ads. It's been 10 days. Obviously, you got to think, right? What dropshipper would be running ads to a product that isn't making them money for 10 days straight and have none of those ads turn off. So this is a brand and a product that I would quite literally write down and I would test, right? Everything is pointing in the right direction. This is a dropshipping store. They're using UGC TikTok content that you could just pull off of TikTok pretty easily, right? And the store isn't too crazy. This can be easily made. Honestly, this store doesn't even look that good, right? Like they have a bunch of other shit here at the bottom. Honestly, I think I can make a better store, but it goes to show you, you don't need a crazy looking store. You probably just need solid ad creatives and a good product and the right time. So yeah, there you go. So what I would personally do from here is I'd write this store down, I would replicate it, I'd go find ads, and I'd either clip together my ads using AI content, um, like an AI voiceover using 11 Labs and clip together a bunch of content together, or just quite literally replicate their ads since they're probably just pulling it from TikTok as well. So there you go. That's one example of just using a broad keyword. Another example is using pets as well. So we're going to use pets or keywords for specific problems. So if you're struggling with keywords and knowing what to say, you can type this chat GPT prompt in. I'm a dropshipper looking for niche specific problems that align with the target audience over the age of 35. These should be keywords that refer to specific daily pain that this audience is facing. So what we are going to do here is we're going to look for these specific problems, right? For example, sciatica, posture correction, tech neck, cervical pain, right? Sciatica is an easy one to look for. So we're going to go here, boom, and type in sciatica. And what we're trying to do, and the reason why this is called the rabbit hole method is because you're trying to look for these really specific keywords, right? So we're going to type in one broad keyword here, like sciatica. You'll see there's a ton of results. And we'll scroll for a little bit, and we're going to look at the caption of some of these keywords and try to find some other very specific keywords that we can use, right? So we got tennis or golfer's elbow, right? That could be something else. We can look at all this other stuff here. Discover regenerative medical laser. We can also just use the keyword ChatGPT gave us and try scrolling through and finding some stuff as well. One of my favorite keywords, right? And by the way, this is going to generate a ton of different keywords for you in different sub niches as well, which is cool. And you can tell it to focus on a specific niche if you want. But let's say pet owners, or we can even get more niche specific. Let's use dog owners. This is one keyword or phrase that I like to use for finding pet products. I think pet products are the easiest for beginners to start and scale with. So already we're going to just scroll to the top here, and we're going to see that actually there have been no recent ads launched with this phrase, but there's a ton of results, right? There's 8,500 total results. So that's actually a good sign. That means there's a pretty established brands in here that we can look and try to find. So Snoofies, let's just hover over here. They have only 45 page likes, so that's a good sign. And they're going straight to an advertorial. So that's the thing with pet stuff and competitive niches like dogs and pets is a lot of times you're going to be seeing advertorials because regular product pages are pretty hard to scale in competitive niches. So we're just going to keep scrolling for a little bit, and we'll probably find pretty quickly some other good products. A lot of these brands I know pretty well already. Sleepy Pup. Okay, let's see this. I don't think I've seen this brand here. Okay, so this goes straight to a product page. Let's see if have they fit the criteria. A ton of key websites open here. Boom. And let's see, Sleepy Pup. Make sure we get the right page here. So they have only 3 total ads and out of 8. So that's not a good sign. So we're going to keep the ball rolling here. Now it's also Q4 holiday season, so you can type in the keyword pumpkin, Halloween, right? Depending on when you're watching this. There's a lot of different things and keywords you can search for. The biggest thing though is looking in these captions and looking for specific keywords that you might have not have thought of otherwise. So there's a gravity ball. This brand has 420 likes, so I'm not going to waste my time looking. I mean, I could if I really wanted to, but normally speaking, those are established brands that have been running ads for quite some time. Okay. Canine Wellness Institute. So these guys have. I'm going to actually just type in this. This is interesting. They only have 1 page like. So let's see how long they've been running ads for. So they have 15 total ads. To remove the filter, 15 out of 15. They launched their ad yesterday. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to reference this brand here because we don't even know if they're profitable or not. So we're going to keep going. Keep going. Okay, we got another product here. This goes straight to a product page. So for beginners, I think this makes the most sense for you guys to do. Focus on this Healthy Me blog. Okay, let's see how long they've been running it. 35 total ads. Remove the filter. 35 total ads. They haven't turned off any ads, and they launched 2 days ago. So unfortunately, again, like you can write these brands down and refer back to them in about a week or two if you really want to. And you like look at the product and you're like, this is a good product. They're running really easy ads that I can replicate, but they haven't been running the brand long enough to know if they're profitable or not. So that's the one thing we got to just keep an eye out for. So now let's keep looking. And again, this could work with cat products. This could work with pretty much any brand or product or keyword. It's the same exact strategy. Dental, people that are balding, all that stuff. Okay, let's see. What is this? Is this going to an advertorial? No. Okay. So another little tip for you guys when you're scrolling, if you're like wondering like, hey, where's the call to action button on this ad here? Don't even waste your time. Like you're gonna have to like click on the campaign and go through a bunch of stuff. I find that the ones that have the call to action button, like shop now or learn more, are the ones that are easier to just focus on anyway. Okay. And if you're using a specific keyword and you're like, okay, after a while of scrolling, I like to scroll back for about a week, right? So we're on the 29th now, so I'll probably scroll until the 22nd. And if I don't find anything, I'll just keep the ball moving. Okay. So let's just quickly look here. Sometimes these pages are the ones you want to look at. Okay. So that they have 6 total ads. Let's just keep the ball moving. What product is this? Is this a drop shipping product? Nope. I mean, it might be a drop shipping product, but it's not a drop shipper. What about this? Boom. Okay, safety clip for your nails. I mean, I've seen this product a million times, but if someone's scaling it, that's a good sign, right? So they have 435 page likes. I'm gonna show you guys like more times than not, people with this many page likes are established brands, right? So okay, 28 total results, but let's see how many total ads they have. 28 out of 95. So not as much as I would thought, but they have way more than 75% of their ads turned off. So that's not good. And sometimes, guys, you just got to grind it out. Put some music on and just grind it out. Let's see what we got here. What product is this? Lump and bump spray for dogs. Okay. Let's see. Let's copy their page info. Boom. So 150 total results. That's not a bad thing because most of these are pictures and they're not hard to do. So 150 out of 150. So they haven't turned off any ads. Okay. Let's see when they launch this. If it's been about 7 days, we're good. Okay. So they launched this September 18th and it goes straight to the product page. So this is another winning product in my book. It has 150 creatives. A lot of these are picture ads that you can easily replicate yourself. A lot of these ads go straight to what I believe to be a product page. They probably also have an avatar as well. No, actually, a lot of these just go straight to a product page. The secret in this, right, you might be wondering, okay, how does a random picture help convert and make this brand profitable? It's the caption, right? So these are going to appear on Facebook with a long caption first and then the picture afterwards, and people are going to click see more to read the entire story. They'll see the picture that aligns with the story. You can see it's like some type of sob story that every dog parent, by the way, this is another keyword you can use, dog parent, right, that most dropshippers wouldn't think to use. And boom, you would find products like this. So this is a high likelihood of working. I'm telling you guys, this product market or this product research strategy has a very high success rate because it has so many criteria and rules for it to be profitable and for it to work. So boom, there you go. Hopefully you guys gained value from this. I just want to reiterate once again, I just launched my online community. I'm very, very proud of it. And I want you guys to join in if you're hungry and want to learn dropshipping. If you're a beginner, intermediate, or experienced, right now, it's the time of you watching this video. It's $99 a month. It might be more. It might be less. We'll see. Well, it won't be less than this. This is the lowest it's going to ever be. So definitely join in now. The first 50 members get a one-on-one call with me. We can schedule a time. I can help you find a winning product. Or if you already have a product and you need help scaling it as well, I can help you do that. So it's that simple. I found 2 winning, what I believe to be winning products in, I don't even know how long, 35 minutes. That's pretty good, honestly. So I'll see you guys all in the next one. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do. And everyone take care. And if you have any other questions, just DM me on Instagram.